here's Brody Brazil.
You know, the NHL recently came out and voiced its concern regarding the ongoing construction of the Olympic hockey venue of the upcoming 2026 Winter Games, as in the arena is still not done yet. They broke ground on this multiple years ago. It's literally coming down to the wire. And now organizers in Italy are saying there is no plan B for completing this on time. They don't have an alternate plan in place. They're also not giving a 1,000% guarantee that this will get done. And how could they? What if there's a delay with weather or climate or construction materials or any other kind of unforeseen, unfortunate thing that happens? How can they guarantee it 1,000%? They're cutting it way too close. And now, honestly, there are some other plan Bs, but they're not ready and willing to admit a plan B that they would be able to act on. The Associated Press went out and got this story and got some quotes, some really interesting things being said. I'll have the quotes for you in just a second, but here's the update via AP. Construction on the arena that is set to welcome NHL players back to the Olympics for, yes, the first time in more than a decade. The last time NHLers were in the Olympics, it was 2014. They've had various different issues in the two Olympic Games since then. So the NHL and its players very excited to be back. For the first time in more than a decade, all of this is behind schedule, and its completion is going right down to the wire. A test event at the Santagiulia Ice Hockey Arena, the new 16,000-seat venue on the outskirts of Milan, had to be moved, and new test events aren't scheduled until January 9th through the 11th. And again, having that 1 month ahead of the biggest thing this building is ever going to host, a very difficult tournament to start out with, in a building that you've never really tested out, and who even knows if January 9th to 11th is going to happen. That's the plan, that's the understanding, but what if that has to get moved back another week or two or three? Now there's really no room for error. Andrea Francisi is the Chief Games Operations Officer for the Milan Cortina Games. Andrea says, there is no plan B. So necessarily, we have to be able to organize the competition in an impeccable manner at Santagiulia. Basically admitting that they now have to be perfect because of the time constraints and because of the fact that there will not be a 6-month break-in period and you get to sample things and experiment and make sure that everything works over and over again. Organize the completion in an impeccable manner. So that opens up the door for a lot of questions and conversations and certainly concerns, especially for the NHL and its players. Quote, there are daily updates in the sense that our team is there working every day. Well, that's good to hear. I mean, if they're really under the time crunch, I would hope that's the situation. The companies which are involved with the building of the facility have sped up their work significantly. Well, thanks for the update again, but I would have to imagine and hope that both of those things have long been true, as in like 6 to 8 months ago. Quote, we're monitoring all that daily together with them. There's great collaboration between us. We're creating a coordinated plan between their work and our preparations. And for the moment, we're healthily optimistic, but 100% we'll do it. Now, again, all of this probably lost in a little bit of translation there. Healthily optimistic. I mean, again, I get 100%. All I'm looking for is a 1,000% guarantee. Don't worry about it. We're good. We've got contingencies. We've got 3 other things in place that if one fails, don't worry, we'll take care of this. What I'm hearing is, no, we're watching this. We're monitoring it. We're hopeful. We've got to be perfect and we'll be perfect. Who's ever perfect? Again, I'm reading quotes here. I'm imagining some of this was through translation. So I'm just a little bit worried that I'm not hearing and seeing exactly things that would make all of us reassured that this is going to go off without a hitch. The women's tournament begins a couple days before the men's does, February 5th through 19th, and then the men's side gets going on the 11th through the 22nd. But again, according to organizers in Italy, there is still no precise date when this venue, the Santagiulia Arena, is going to be turned over to Olympic coordinators so that they can go into the venue, they can set up, they can have this how they want, they can do all their tests and checks. And I know the NHL has already been out here. I didn't hear anything back from them. They didn't come back and say, hey, thumbs up, we're all good. I didn't hear much. So we'll see what's really going on here. This building, right, and like any building that's going to host the Olympic hockey tournament, it's going to be hosting hockey all day, every day for pretty much a month straight. Every venue across the world, whether it's a traditional one in North America or something in Europe, this venue itself is going to get tested. Like even the most experienced venues are going to get tested. And it's not just the ice conditions. It's not just that, but a large part of it is that. Can you make ice? Can you keep good ice? Can you keep it really cold and really dry inside that building when you've got the doors open, when you've all of a sudden got 14,000 people in and all their body heat creating temperature, then leaving, then coming back in? Can you do this the right way and have good ice? But it's not just that. Concessions, restrooms, facilities, infrastructure, broadcasting, fiber, electronics, all that stuff needs to go off without a hitch. These are the Olympics. You've had more than a decade to prepare for this. So any venue has to be really good, but a lot of venues with experience have to meet up to this criteria, not one that's just opening for the very first time. 6 to 12 months of test events feels like the proper trial and ramp up into this. They're not going to get not even 6 weeks, not even 4 weeks, if we're being honest here. Now, Turin still has a hockey arena. Turin is where they hosted the Olympic Winter Games in 2006. That building still exists. I checked it out. There's still an ice plant there. It seems as of recently, they've played some competitive hockey there. And it's also, the building has also been renovated since 2006. That is about a 2-hour driving distance away from Milan. It seems to me like Turin might be the most opportune place. It might be the plan B. I get it. If you're in charge of running these games and you're just putting up this several $100 million, maybe $1 billion arena, you don't want to be at fault for saying, well, it wasn't ready in time. That would be terrible and traumatic, right? So you don't even want to talk about a plan B. I get it. But logistically speaking here, I feel like everybody involved with the Olympics wants the games to go on, wants the hockey to go on, no matter what city it's at in Italy. They could do this elsewhere. But the fact that they're not even considering a plan B in Milan, I'm not sure what to make of that. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. Do you trust this? Is it all going to work out? Are we freaking out about this too much? Is this not a big deal? Can you convince me it's not a big deal? Like, I know it is. Is there any reason I shouldn't be worried about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Also, thumbs up while you're down there helps me, this video, and this channel. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I would love to see you back here next time.